Hello there. You're watching Creative Commentary for Bard Films Halloween Movies 10-year anniversary introspective. We're now on numero 2, the Halloween Tree from 2002. This was, for those of you who don't know, a poem straight out of the book The Halloween Tree by Ray Bradbury. I did not take any responsibility for writing it because it's wicked awesome and I'm not that good. So I basically decided, it being my favorite Halloween book of all time, I read it every year, a good idea would be, hey, let me see what I can do animating it a little bit. Flash really kind of kicked me in the butt on this one because there were a couple of things I wanted to do, and at the time I just remember being frustrated because the computers back then and Flash were just not simpatico, and constantly when I tried to do stuff I would run into brick walls and I didn't know how to get around them. For instance, I wanted to have the boughs of the tree and the pumpkins on them shaking, so it really felt like they were in the wind and all creepy, and Flash wasn't having that. When I tried to do it with the shaking boughs and the shaking pumpkins, the computers just would not animate. And it's laughable now to think there was a time when Flash was generating stuff that a computer couldn't keep up with, but yeah, it kind of did. So let's start without any further ado. I think one other point. I probably put 6-7 hours into this one. I was kind of like, hey, people like 2001's movie, so let me make the second one twice as good. So I doubled how much time I put into it. I wanted to have it be a little more dynamic, a little more moody. So I start off with the fog, and then it kind of fades away, kind of like, ooh, it's dark, and then it's colorful. Each pumpkin was sort of meaningful to me at the time. There's a couple that I can point out. Spider-Man, Grim Fandango, Gandalf. You can actually see the pumpkin poet on the far left from the first movie. I don't know where on the screen here he is. I'm actually not standing in front of my cartoon. The font was something I had to wrestle with. I wanted it to be legible, but I didn't want it to block the pumpkins, and I didn't want it to be too big. 2002, 800 by 600 was what I rendered this movie at, and that was really not an accepted standard, at least not among the people I knew. They were still running the 640 by 480, and I was like, "Ah, you people!" So I had some trouble. The font I never felt was really that legible. The reading of it I thought was decent. There are probably some things I'd like to improve upon. I wanted to have some leaves going by. But in general, I'm proud of it. The tree was impressive. Took me a while to do, but good stuff. And that's all for second movie.